You don't know what you've got. Oh, you don't know what you've got. No, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Till it's gone.
Well, we believe the moose population is decreasing because we do aerial surveys every year in moose range, and that's conducted by a helicopter in the winter when there's enough snow cover so that you can more readily see moose available on the landscape. And each year we do this survey, and since 2006, we've seen a marked decline in the Northeast. We had about 8,000 moose or so at that time, and the most recent survey we did this past winter, we have roughly 4,000 moose. And each year we do the survey, it has been decreasing, and the trend is significant that it is in decline. Well, based on the last 2 years of this study, we've seen our causes of mortality pretty much equally split between predator-related causes, which would be the wolf, and health-related causes. And within the health category, it's more than just winter ticks that kill moose, are responsible for moose deaths. We have had some winter tick mortalities, 3 to be exact, but we also see more cases of the parasites called brainworm or Parasitorax attenuate that affects moose. It's probably more of a mortality factor than winter ticks, but it's also other health conditions such as infections that are caused by liver fluke loads, or we have other health issues such as poor body condition, poor nutrition that leads to other effects which could be manifest in some of the infections that we see. And we have other unknowns where they have, massive bleeding internally, but we're not really sure what the cause. We've had others that have systemic infections, but we're not really sure how the infection develops. And on the wolf side, we do see wolf kills, but we also have identified predisposing conditions in moose that made them more susceptible to wolves, like a brainworm infection or an injury that made them very easy prey for the wolves, and that's most likely why they were selected. So I think it's, at this point, kind of an equal contribution of both of those sides, but the underlying health issues probably influence predation even more. Well, the way we capture moose is we contract with a company that has a helicopter and experts that dart moose with drugs. So moose are darted from the air with carfentanil, is the name of the drug, and it only takes several minutes and the moose is chemically immobilized. Then the helicopter lands and handlers get out and walk over to the moose, and we take a blood sample and do some body measurements looking at morphological development. We take a fecal sample, we collect some hair, we check the age, and then we put a collar on. And then the moose it also has an antibiotic that we give it because of the stress of the capture. And then we reverse the drug, and in about 5 minutes, the moose gets up and walks away. Our funding is based in 2 major funding streams. One of them is LCCMR, or our state lottery dollars. So we contributed, we applied for funding through that system, and it's a legislative process, and we were awarded $600,000 in 2012 through the Environmental Trust Fund, and then another $600,000 this past year. And we also are funded through the Game and Fish dollars through the DNR. So licensed dollars that come in to fund wildlife health work goes towards moose research also. Well, moose are very important in in the boreal forest and in our northern forest. They're a browsing species, so they like an early succession forest, and they keep certain species reduced, and if there were no moose at all, those would continue to grow, and that changes the forest dynamic quite a bit. It also, I think, a more pronounced effect that would happen would be a shifting of the prey base for wolves from moose to other animals, most likely deer, as well as beavers and snowshoe hare and those kind of species. With the increased pressure from wolves, and most likely that wouldn't be enough to sustain wolf numbers as they are now. So we could also see a decline in the predator species, probably in a few years after moose decline was really dramatic.
As far as I can go.